Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Fintoo. You are watching Friday First Cut and I am Nisha Harchekar, Head of Research at Fintoo. As we all know that the Union budget is just around the corner and markets are having a lot of expectation from the Modi government's last full budget. So let us have a look at what is the market expectations from this budget and sector-wise expectations. So now let us look at what are the top priority areas for the Finance Minister this budget. Ahead of the Lok Sabha elections in 2024 and given the recent rural distress, we expect higher allocation to rural schemes with focus on rural infrastructure development. Now this is going to partially offset lower fertilizer subsidy and some moderation in food subsidies. So, for India to become a $5 trillion economy from the current levels of $3 trillion economy, continued momentum in investment cycle is very important. Therefore, we believe the CAPEX support seen in the past two budgets is expected to continue. The government has reiterated its commitment to India's fiscal glide path, which targets a 4.5% fiscal deficit by FY26. We thus expect a lower figure in FY24 budget estimate versus the 6.4% deficit in FY23 budget estimate. So there are two key important expectations from this budget. Firstly, the rural thrust and secondly on the CAPEX front. We expect higher payouts under various government schemes to ease the burden of inflation for the bottom of the pyramid strata. This may include higher payouts under the PM Kisan Yojana announced in the budget or during the course of FY24. Spending under MNREGA and other rural asset creation programs is likely to increase further in FY24 as well. So now let us look at what is the expectation of the market on the CAPEX front. The railways and the roads will be the highest beneficiary of incremental government CAPEX. The FY24 CAPEX is estimated to be 7 to 8% higher and focus is expected to be across core sectors. We expect the government to remain focused on the implementation of schemes such as production-linked incentive scheme. It could be extended to newer sectors, the National Logistics Policy and the PM Gati Shakti scheme. Incentives for industries are likely to be oriented towards investments in clean and green technology and making India a global manufacturing hub for the same by encouraging development of an ecosystem. Let us look at the sector-wise expectations from this budget. On the automobile front, expectations are that the budget will be giving an extension to the FAME subsidy, which is set to expire in 2024. The industry expects the extension of these subsidies, which have resulted in rising adoption of EVs in India. Incentives for charging infrastructure will aid the adoption of EVs. Expansion of scope of current schemes will help. So the stocks which will benefit from these schemes will be Tata Motors, M&M, Hero Moto, Bajaj Auto and the likes. So on the BFSI front, measures to boost investment in infrastructure, measures to boost rural income and measures to boost affordable housing is expected to be positive on the overall sector. No major budget allocation is expected for recapitalization of PSU banks since the capital and the solvency position of the PSU banks are best in the last 8 years. Coming to the insurance expectation, the markets are expecting a composite license for insurance companies. This will be positive for life insurance as they will be able to manufacture an indemnity health product, while this is going to be negative for standalone health insurance companies and general insurance such as Star Health and ICICI Lombard. So now coming to the budget impact of the infrastructure sectors like capital goods, cement and metals. So the markets are expecting increased allocation for metro projects, higher investment in railway infra and overall focus on CAPEX, which is positive for capital goods. Thrust on housing and infrastructure spends, given it is a pre-election year, is overall positive for the cement and the metal sector. Now coming to the defense sector. The defense stocks have rallied in the past 2 years very sharply. So the expectation of higher allocation to defense capital outlay will be there and emphasis on indigenization of defense production is expected to benefit players in this sector. Coming to the FMCG pack, the FMCG sector will benefit if the income tax slabs are revised upwards. Higher disposable income in the hands of consumer is expected to boost premiumization and discretionary spending. Focus on rural spending will also be beneficial for the overall FMCG sector. So now let us look at what the equity markets are expecting from this budget. In the recent times, the union budget is mostly a non-event for equity markets with GST and off-budget policy announcements. Some tinkering with personal income tax slabs is expected to provide relief on real disposable income. But we are not expecting any major changes in the tax structure for personal or corporate income tax rate considering the tight fiscal situation of the government. We believe the market is already factoring a balance between pro-CAPEX and pro-welfare budget, though individual sectors may see higher swings. So now let us look at what are the equity markets expecting from this budget. In the recent times, the union budget is mostly a non-event for equity markets with GST and off-budget policy announcements. Tinkering with personal income tax slab is expected to provide relief on real disposable income. However, we are not expecting any major changes in the tax structure for personal or corporate income tax rates given the tight fiscal situation of the government. We believe the market is already factoring in a balance between a pro-CAPEX and pro-welfare budget, though in individual sectors may see higher swings. I hope you like this video. If you have any queries, you can connect with our experts. For more such videos, do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.